One story stands out in the Championship, and the story centres around West Bromwich Albion and the appointment of their new manager. 61-year-old Steve Bruce has an 18-month contract. Brucey is in there, is regarded as something of a promotion specialist, of course. He's been there before. He's achieved 4 of them in his time as a manager. Twice with Hull, twice with Birmingham. And, of course, West Brom have got him in there thinking, here's a guy that can do it. He'll do it. Get him in. Steve Bruce is in. But, of course, Simon, as you might imagine, Steve Bruce, you know him so well. I know him pretty well, but not as well as you. It induced something of a bit of a social media pile-on. Not everybody happy that Steve is there. What was your take on it?
Look, I can understand the backdrop. If you've spent the last 18 months, and prior to that, Aston Villa being pillared, 2 years at Newcastle, and a period of time at Aston Villa being pillared by the clubs that you work for, their fans, and sections of the media, then you're going to go into another club and people are going to react to it. Whenever I talk about Steve Bruce, people get the wrong end of the stick. I don't think he's a panacea to all problems. I think he's a very good manager. If you look at the achievements that he's got in terms of taking Hull out of the Championship, taking Birmingham out of the Championship, putting Sunderland at the higher echelons of the Premier League. When he was with me at Palace, despite our fallout, he was top of the league when he left. I think he does a very good job. I think he's a very sensible manager. I think he'll get West Bromwich Albion into a better shape than they were with Valérien Ismaël, which I was disappointed for. But you look at the dynamics of it, like I was saying to Martin in the break, people give him a lot of stick for Aston Villa and what happened to Aston Villa. They say that it was dreadful and that look at Dean Smith did. Let me tell you, I looked at that club, I looked at buying that club with a consortium. I saw what was behind the scenes when that club got relegated. They were in a dreadful mess. Financially, player-wise, it took a long time to get it stabilised. And with respect to Steve, whilst he went out the door with people vilifying him, Dean Smith took the benefit of a platform that he leapt off. I'm not diminishing what Dean achieved by getting promoted that season, but it took all the crap that Bruce had to go through to get it stabilised, that got Villa into better shape. So going into West Bromwich Albion, who aren't in the financial mess that Aston Villa were in, he will stabilise Villa, get the players playing the right way. Ask most players that have played for him. Most players, not all. They like him. They like to play for him. They like the way he sets things up. They like the way he interacts with them. I think it's a sensible choice.
So can 4 promotions become 5?
I think it's difficult. I think it's difficult because West Bromwich Albion aren't a great side. And I think you can only polish something so many times. But I think he'll get them better and they'll be competitive. They'll be in the playoffs. I don't think they'll get automatic. But when you're in the playoffs, it depends what form you go into the playoffs in. If you go in with momentum, then you're the dangerous animal in there. Okay,
I mean, Martin comes round again. The allegation has surfaced again. Oh, this is just a managerial merry-go-round. Here he is again. Steve Bruce is back. It's an old pals act. Same old names.
Well, I can understand that, yeah, because I think Chris Wilder maybe should have been the West Bromwich Albion manager in the summer, and that didn't happen. And maybe it's because he hasn't quite got the CV of a Steve Bruce. Maybe there's a lot of other managers looking at this, successful type personalities, to think, okay, that's a shame. That might have been a great opportunity for me. But owners, chairman will always look at CVs. He's got 4 promotions. That's all they need to know. Has he still got the desire? Is it the fear of being out of work? Does he really want the job? We're going to find all that out.
Do you back it?
Very, very quickly.
So
he's going to be under pressure.
You back the appointment?
I think it's hard not to back it because you look at his record. I'm very surprised. I thought he was going to retire now from football management. I thought the stress that he put his family through, the Newcastle situation, trying to carry that club until they got the consortium in position. Effectively, they're almost down, Newcastle. And I thought that took a lot out of him. But maybe he wants a fresh opportunity. His son now is coming in as the first team coach. He's bringing all his other members of staff back with him. He wants another challenge. He can't turn his back on it. Football is addictive. I'm not sure this is the right thing for him to do. And I just feel, I looked at Chris Wilder, for instance, just looking at his record since he went to Middlesbrough, 11 games, 7 victories. I don't know why they didn't pick him as the manager in the summer. It seemed to be the obvious candidate, but let's see. Steve Bruce might turn us around. Well.
Maybe people remember how he behaved when things didn't go his way at Sheffield United. Maybe people sit back and go, Chris Wilder's outbursts and attitude towards the owner of Sheffield United, when for the first time they had adversity together, might have made other chairmen become slightly concerned about it. I'd be very surprised if Steve Bruce has brought Alex Bruce in as first team coach.
Well, I think he's going in there and he's back, but it's part of the management.
I'd be very surprised if he goes in as first team coach.
Or it's certainly part of the management backroom team.
They may well be.
But the bottom line is this, Martin. We champion relegation specialists, the firefighters. Steve Bruce is a promotion specialist. So should we not be championing him as well?
I don't think that's in question. It's whether or not he's still got the appetite. He's still got the hunger.
He must have.
Well, we're going to find that out. I mean, he's obviously, if you look at, he's had more clubs, hasn't he, than Jack Nicklaus at that moment. If you look at the number of clubs he's had,
But
it's 13 football clubs.
But if he didn't have the hunger, he wouldn't put himself forward.
I know, but I'm just looking. There is other managers who'll be looking at this and wondering why they're not getting.
You're pushing Wilder.
Well, I would have gone for Wilder.
But you don't know how he interviews, Martin. And with respect, if you're looking at 13 clubs, it's 13 Burks like me that have been duped by him, by comparison. So he's gone into Sunderland, he's gone into Sheffield Wednesday, he's gone into Hull, he's gone into Birmingham, he's gone into Wigan, he's gone into Sheffield United, he's gone into Palace, right? And all of us have sat there gone, actually, we're a bit gormless and you can pull the wool over our eyes. The fact of the matter is, he must do well. He must. If you're saying that football club chairman are sat there with a preordained formulaic set of thinking, I tell you what, he's got us 4 promotions. I can tell you that's not the case. That might be part of the equation. If he walks through the door and he's a dull, unmotivated Burke, it's not going to make any difference about his history.
We've heard lots of managers who say that's it now, they're going to retire and they come back, don't they? How many times we hear Neil Warnock say that?
But I told you he wouldn't.
I can understand that. He's a passionate man. He wants to come back into the game. I'm surprised. I thought he was going to take retirement. But we'll see.
But I said he wouldn't. When he came out of Newcastle, I said, he's saying now, because he qualified at the end of his statement, he said at the end of his statement, I've been beaten up, I've been abused, I've been called a cabbage, I've had my family vilified, and I don't think I want to do it anymore. But by the way, tell me that again when the next chairman comes and asks me. And I said to you at the time, he will take a breath, and when an opportunity comes, he'll be back in the door because they can't help themselves.
So West Brom have got him. West Brom fans, are you happy that he's in there? After you hear from Simon, is he the right guy for the job? Simon knows him so well, and Steve Bruce apparently still has the hunger to work in football, to get West Bromwich Albion up to the promised land. Do you back him to do that? Give us a call on that. 03717 2233 44 810 89. Who do you get when you need someone at the right time in a season to get you up? How about a promotion specialist? And Steve Bruce is one.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.